Hey traders, what's up? This is the watch list video for, let's see, Monday, March 21st. And not my favorite conditions to do a video under because keep in mind, I make my money between the bells. I'm in cash every night. So, what's the situation? We've had the SPY climbing. I can't remember the last time the SPY climbed this big, this quickly in 4 days, right? Um, so, what does that mean? Most stocks are extended to the upside. I'm a long bias trader, so I look for potential longs. I like pullback plays, things like that. Well, I couldn't really find anything setting up for a bounce play, right? Something that's been strong but then pulled back for a few days on lower volume. Something. So there's nothing like that out there. So the macro picture is sort of taken over um, this watch list video or lack of watch list video. But I put together a few to watch. And what usually happens in a situation like this is, next week unfolds, and as Monday happens, there might be one or two companies that rip on big news, and Tuesday and so on, and those become the new things I'm watching for a potential A plus setup the following day. Or there could be news plays that we catch on Monday itself, that we find some setup. But overall, I'm not in love with what I'm watching tomorrow because of what I just said. This whole macro picture is not leaving a lot of great setups for somebody for me like me looking to day trade, right, and start with a list of stocks that have potential. So that's where I am. So I'm not in love with this list. I'm not in love with the scenario right now, but I know that new stocks will always show themselves and A plus setups will always form as the days unfold. So that's where I am. Anyway, DBGI. Um, I mean, chart wise, I like this. Chart wise, it hit 205 back here a couple weeks ago, then put in a lower high, real close, basically right at the whole number two, 199 to be exact. And then on Friday, put in a high of 193 ish. So it's kind of coiling, excuse me, kind of coiling for potential breakout over that two area. Take a quick drink there. So that's one. Here's it's a baby stock. So is REVB, and the charts look a little bit similar. You kind of have the same scenario: big pop, lower high again. But I do want to keep an eye on that. If volume comes in, then they become interesting. I've got a few Chinese plays I'm watching. Let me go back and show you the FXI, which is the China large cap ETF. And it was just decimated. It fell from 38 down to 26 over the course of a few weeks. And then did a gap down, nice reversal that day, then a huge gap up, inside day, and then continued its strength on Friday. So for that reason, there's going to be a few Chinese stocks on watch. Again, as I've said, China trades while we're sleeping, and so generally, I don't even like stuff like this on my watch list because they're probably going to gap, right? Because they're trading while we're sleeping. Anyway, but YY is kind of an interesting one. It popped 3 sessions ago to 42.92, put in an inside day, and then 42.80 high on Friday. So it's interesting for a potential long if I get an A plus setup. WSM is Williams Sonoma. Had a gap up probably on earnings on Thursday. Kind of a big range that day before settling here and then starting to turn back up. So I look at this chart and I say that you have two potential catalysts. You hear me talk about stacked catalysts. If it breaks Friday's high, which was basically 165, but I'll say that the actual high 165.06, and then you have Thursday's high 167.67. So you got a couple potential dominoes to fall. That's the way I look at that chart. If it catches a bid on Monday, ATHM, I believe this is also Chinese. Popped back here 3 sessions ago, 29.85 high inside day, and then actually broke 30 briefly on Friday before settling in at 29.69. So that one goes on long watch. I believe TIGR is also Chinese. I could be wrong about some of these. I usually check most of them, but I may be wrong about some of these. Anyway, nice volume, strong move, 590 high. So certainly maybe over Friday's high. Then we take out the whole number 6. And certainly worth having on a chart. KODK strong. You don't hear that too often. Back here in June, it also ripped. Anyway, it had a big move already, so yes, it's extended, but this lands it on our watch list all week long. See if we can get an A plus setup in the thing. GOTU, let me zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm looking at there. It doesn't look great, but again, I think Chinese, and a strong day from 180 to 229 intraday on Friday. excuse me, and on pretty big volume. So that one may be a follow through. If we break Friday's high, you look to the left and you say, hey, we've got a high from mid-February of 257. I consider that another potential catalyst if we can break that. And then lastly, LIZI, which again I think is Chinese. So I hate this list. Another strong one on big volume. We'll see if the FXI, the Chinese large cap ETF, is gapping up on Monday. And hopefully we'll find some gappers, on some overnight news and catch some plays there as well. There's always something to trade, and we'll certainly find it together with the great teamwork in the room. In the meantime, enjoy. I'm making this on Saturday, so enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see everybody on Monday morning.